All right. Well, welcome back to the Usual Saints. I'm Mike D with Vinny and Jeremy, and we're about to have Michaela Lee join us for a little bit of an interview. We'll see how that goes. Let's see here. I love when I have to wait for Zoom and it says the audio connecting, and there she is.
She's connecting. Awesome.
Do we have her? Michaela, I can't hear you. Aren't you a professional Twitcher? What's going on here? I know Zoom is an antiquated system compared to Twitch. I can't figure out Twitch. And next to mute, they got that little arrow. You can select your mic. Yeah, no, you don't have it. Do you have the button on the headset? My daughter has one of those, and it's got the no. That's okay. Do you know sign language?
I only know one.
She only knows dirty words in sign language.
I am totally not familiar. Do you know they offer like college classes in that? I mean, this is just killing time.
What, in sign language?
Yeah, like it's a master's degree and a bachelor's degree. So, but I had no idea. I didn't know. Yeah. I thought it was.
Oh, there you go. Now we can hear you.
I don't know.
There you are.
I was on headset microphone. Now I'm on microphone array.
Oh, that's special. That's the special microphone.
Wait, I thought we were taking a break. They can see this.
We did take a break.
Yeah, we're back now.
You
can never tell when we're live or recording or whatever.
You guys don't see that. I was trying to say, it's funny. You guys don't see all the chat going.
I don't know. We weren't looking.
We've just been chatting. You're like not pronouncing my name right. And we're all laughing at you in the chat.
I see it now.
Awesome. Okay.
They want the number in the chat.
Okay, I got you. So yeah, we were trying to figure out how to say your name.
It's Michaela.
I said it right.
Yes, you did.
Thank you. Well, I'm Mike D. I'm the one being annoying you on Instagram. That's Vinny and Jeremy.
Hey, Michaela.
Yeah, our names are right there. I bet she saw that.
Yeah, well, but I always say on my stream, people think they think it's Michaela, and they're like, no, they don't. And then I'm listening to this, and I'm like, see, guys.
Yeah, true. Well, I was asking Mike earlier before we even started. I go, how do we pronounce her name? Is it simply Michaela or a Michaela or?
Well, that's where Mika comes from. Mika like Michaela.
Oh, there we go, Mika.
Well, sweet. I wanted to thank you for coming on the little podcast we do. We're glad to have you just to chat. We want to us three and our buddy Saint, who unfortunately is fishing in the middle of Alaska somewhere, the Pacific
Bering
Ocean.
Strait.
He's Saint. He's the usual saint.
Yeah, he's the unusual saint.
That's what he calls himself. Yeah. But he's working right now, so he couldn't be here. But we just we're trying to get more into, I've been to a ton of conventions and, I know about cosplay and stuff. Vinny and Jeremy are kind of new to it. And so we're trying to hit up more cosplayers, talk about conventions, cosplay, kind of get some, knowledge on it. And so that's where I leave like Vinny and Jeremy to kind of ask their questions. But I know you're also an actress. We saw that you have that full length feature. How do you say it? Archaon? Is that?
I think it's Archaon. I'm not even sure with that one. I never knew. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I mean, I guess I want to start with, how did you start out? Because I know you're a model, actress, cosplayer. Like, how did you get your start? Like, were you always just dressing up in costume? You just loved it? Did you start modeling? Were you approached early on? Did you start acting? Always a drama geek? What?
It's literally not what you would expect. It's none of that. I don't know. I guess I have to go back to, I played soccer for 15 years. That's my true love. I've had 5 concussions and one was really bad, so I couldn't play anymore. But I always stayed super into fitness and I majored in business management, and I'm from Nashville. And I had a friend, it was actually like my dermatologist, because you're like getting like facials and they're talking to you. She did acting. And I was like, how do you even do that stuff? Like, my goal is I just love to be in something and troll my friends, be like, hey, do you guys want to watch this? And then I just show up in it. So it's kind of a troll concept. And she told me a platform, but she's like, you rarely ever hear back. So, and you don't have any experience. So I'm like, yeah. And so I saw, if you've ever heard of Billy Blank's Tybo.
Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty big.
Yes.
He had a casting on there, and it was for fitness models. He needed 3 people to be in his new infomercial and 4 workout CDs. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. I don't know how to act, but like I'm fit and I'm in Nashville. And so out of 450 people, I did somehow book that. And that is how it started. I did just love it. I really liked, I don't know, the whole production, being in front of the camera. It was fun. And that was 2017. And then I went to a full-time position as a regional operations manager of a healthcare company. And on the side, I did acting, like on the weekends,
Right.
which was going really well. And then once I left that job, I'm kind of like an all-in type person on what I'm doing. And so I said, I just regret not giving this my all. And so February 2019, I went full, like totally into acting. And then the next month I found cosplay.
Okay.
All right.
So acting first.
Acting
that
was
your thing.
barely first.
A little
Yeah.
Soccer first.
Soccer
Yeah,
first.
definitely
Yeah.
soccer.
Made
What's
its
your team?
way. What's my
You follow
team?
soccer still? Yeah.
I like the German international team. And so then I would say the club team's Bayern Munich.
All right. That makes
I've
sense.
seen an Arsenal game in person though.
Oh,
That's
cool.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's a Jeremy question. I know nothing about soccer besides it's.
That's right.
I have a soccer trophy behind me, actually, 2 of them, but that's
Why?
when I was a
Because
kid.
you were just on the team.
No,
That's
well,
a
no,
participation trophy.
listen,
It's one of those
No.
trophies, right?
no,
Oh,
they
you're on
called
the
me.
team. Here's a trophy for you.
They called me Thunderfoot, man. I was 9 years old. I was
Thunderfoot,
kicking the ball.
man.
Thunderfoot.
Yeah, you know.
Holy shit.
I was defense, and so I kick if they come at me, you know, I just kick it all the way back down the field so they get away from me. You know what I
Mike,
mean?
if you're anything, you're offensive. Trust me.
That's a good 9-year-old strategy in soccer, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't have any moves. I didn't know what I was doing. But then we moved down to Florida and it was just too hot and I just could not play anymore because I'm a wimp. So
Oh, Florida's so cool though. In Orlando, they have the ESPN sports field. I've played on that for travel.
oh yeah?
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I've heard about that.
You ever been
Yeah.
there, Vinny?
No, I don't go to Orlando. Come on, man.
I had a friend that was reffing for MLS, so I went and watched a game there. They had a game
Ooh.
or a conference or a tournament there one year. So it's a cool facility.
So I wanted to know about Billy Blanks. Did you have
Mhm.
interaction with him? Is he as cool as he seems in the was it the Geico commercial? What is that commercial he's in now, guys?
Yeah,
You
it's
guys know what
Geico.
I'm talking about? The
I think it's Geico. Yeah.
Oh, I can totally answer that. This guy is the coolest ever. We each had our own dressing rooms, right? He's like, I don't even need the dressing room. He just sat out in the lounge area and just talked to us the whole time. He gave me his Snapchat. I have his telephone number. I texted him after even. I was like, hey, I started a fitness class for homeless people. And I was like, can I use our picture together? I think it'll really draw him in. And he's like, oh, for sure. So cool you're doing this. Like, he's such a cool guy. I just want him to be my mentor or like if I had children, like their godfather, like he's so cool.
That is pretty cool.
Awesome.
That is cool.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Do you have, I mean, besides, you know, I know you've been in some music videos, some shorts, some stuff like that. Do you have any particular experience that stood out like as your favorite? I mean, I don't know if the Tybo one was because of that was your first one, that was your first experience, or the features that you've done, or the shorts, you know, music videos. I don't know. I've never been. I tried in acting class one time. I tried reading the monologue from Pulp Fiction and I turned bright red and I walked out of the class. I can't do it. I can do this all day.
Still do it. That's how I was. We had when I was in 6th grade, I didn't like theater. I was in this theater kids and sports people were like not the same.
Mm.
And so with soccer, I was in the sports area without being like a mean person that's like, I'm a jock. Yeah, not that I'm a girl anyway. But it was for the Wizard of Oz. And they're like, here's your monologue, read for Dorothy. I was like too shy. I was like, I don't want to. And they're like, we're just gonna place you as whatever if you don't read it. And I'm like, just place me as whatever. I was a munchkin. And I'm tall, I'm 5'9" or like 5'8" and a half, 5'9", but I was 5'7" in 6th grade. Like I grew fast. I was the only munchkin that had to be on their knees.
Did the school at least give you a knee pad so you weren't walking around on the wood stage hurting your knees? No.
No.
Of course,
I had like a Wendy's swig and I was like, follow the yellow brick road.
That's
oh
awesome.
God. That's great.
Nice.
But, oh, sorry, to answer your question, my favorite
I
experience.
thought that
is
might
the
have
one
been your favorite experience.
No. It's kind of fun. There's no pressure at that. Was the one that got me into cosplay. So it's a music video. It's on YouTube. It's not on my website because it's pretty embarrassing, but which I don't care about. But I do use my website for like, you know, when I submit to casting. So that's the only reason why. Otherwise, like, I don't really care. It was a rap music video, and the director was like, wardrobe is whatever you want to come in. And I didn't know what cosplay was. This is March 2019. And the KDA skins had just come out in League of Legends. KDA Akali caught my eye. I was like, I just want to look like that for this video. So I sent him a picture of the character to the director, and I'm like, can I look like this? And he said, yeah, sure, that looks cool. And I'm like, oh, so I bought the whole outfit, made some of it, not knowing it was cosplay. And I did the music video. You can see me in the back, like it's KDA College, just kind of like vibing. And then I posted a picture on my Instagram, which had like 400 followers because I'm not a social media person. And a photographer, Jeff Jenkins, cosplay photographer, reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to collaborate? I want to shoot your KDA Akali cosplay. I had to Google what it meant, but I said yes. And since that shoot, I mean, it's been 2 years cosplaying. I've probably done 50 cosplays. It just so snowballed.
I was gonna say, because you say you're not a social media person, but you have 165,000 Instagram followers now. That's pretty impressive.
I am now. My personal pages, I post nothing. I made a personal Instagram page. I'm like, oh, my friends can follow me on this. I posted one thing in like a year. It's so fun though, Instagram now.
Right. And do you have any guys? I'm sorry, you guys can just jump in. I feel like I'm just running the thing. Do you have any?
Good.
Do you have any? Vinny, why are you shaking your head? You wanna yell at me?
No, I'm good. I'm good with it, man. I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Do you have any favorite cosplay you've done so far? Let's see if it's one of mine or one of the other two. I don't know. We'll take a guess. I don't know. I like Samus Aran.
Oh, that was one of my first ones.
Yeah. So that's my thing, but I don't know if the other
Now
guys.
knowing the soccer thing, I get the red card Katarina.
Katarina, yes, I had that
that's
outfit.
awesome.
Yeah, that's mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
All right,
cool.
so what's yours,
Yeah.
Michaela?
Okay, mine, there's different categories,
Okay.
but my favorite is Arcade Misfortune,
Okay.
just because the whole thing came together so well. It was shot in an arcade. It was the first time I had color contacts on. The outfit, it fit so perfectly. And I was like feeling myself in it. I'm like, I am Arcade Misfortune. My photographer was a little bit later than me, and I was standing at the door, and someone came in and I moved, and they're like, oh my gosh, I thought you were just a doll standing there. I'm like, that's how it felt. I just
There
felt
you go.
so her. And I love how it's on my Twitch stuff too, because I love how it intertwines arcade gaming and then, you know, like cosplay. So I like the mix. It kind of connects the Twitch page. I also really like Chun-Li.
Yeah.
2B I've done the shoot, but it's like my photographer is still working on the pictures. I love that one. And I picked these three because there's sometimes I dress up in the cosplay and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I like cosplay. And then those ones specifically, I put them on and I'm like, I'm a different person. I feel like this cosplay is giving me energy.
Nice.
Awesome.
Is there?
I like
did you?
Diane from Seven Deadly Sins as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I loved Deanne. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love her character. So I had fun cosplaying her.
And of course, Black Widow. You know, I like Black Widow too. Yeah. Yeah.
Raven from Teen Titans would look pretty cool. That was pretty well done.
Yeah,
Oh,
there we
there
go.
they
We got some pictures.
are.
Up. There we
That's
are.
Vinny's.
Yeah. That's mine. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You sent me the links. I get you, Vin.
I know this.
Do you like the anime?
I'm kind of new to. Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
That's one of my favorites because I got into cosplay through gaming. I've always like gamed my whole life. I have a slightly
Mhm.
younger brother, so we always played games together.
That's
And
cool.
so when I got into cosplay, I just did all these gaming characters, and I didn't notice how hand in hand with the anime community it is. Everyone assumed I knew everything about anime just because I cosplayed. So of course I want to. So now I've been exploring anime, and Seven Deadly Sins is the first one that just like clicked for me. I really enjoy it.
Nice.
Is that where most of the people get their characters? Like
Anime,
from
yes.
Anime, yeah. Mhm.
Vinny, another one of yours was Kim Possible.
Yeah, Kim Possible. Yeah.
Oh, really? That was one of the, yeah, that one was pretty easy to do. I had the wig. I did Shigo, so
Uh-huh.
I was like, I got to do Kim Possible.
I got Shigo right here.
There you go.
That was one of mine. I picked Shigo.
So do you make most of these yourself, or do you somebody help you make them, or how do you go about getting these characters?
Because I do so many other things, I usually don't have time to make them. A few of those are closet cosplays, so like I have them already. Like I had Red Card Katarina, I had Kim Possible, I even had Claire Redfield just because I had a really nice red leather jacket that looked just like hers. I've had to make some. I have a Patreon, and one of the patron tiers is choose a cosplay for me. And some people pick things so obscure or unique that I do actually have to make it. But now that I have such a following, I think my last 6 cosplays have been sponsored by the actual clothing company. So I haven't had to pay for it. Like my Yuna, my Siri one, my Harley Quinn, my 2B. There's like most of in my Aerith, they've all just been sent to me for free, which is really nice.
That's good.
Yeah. Makes
Must
it
be
easier.
nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you kind of touched on it a little bit. You were into gaming with your brother and everything. Was that kind of you mentioned that was your way in? Were you into like comics or like Harley Quinn or like other kind of things, like, you know what I mean? Or did that come later when you started doing more cosplay?
That came a little later. I've always had a love for characters
Okay.
and identifying with them. I think that's why cosplay and acting kind of go together. Or my kind of cosplaying is I like capturing their expression and who they are the most. So even if I don't know the character someone requests for me to do, like I start watching the show or watch clips of the character because it's most important to capture the vibe of the character. That's why when you look at my pictures, the emotions, I hope, are different for all of them.
No, I
It's
think
not
they
just
are.
me in the costume. It's like I'm trying to embody their spirit, kind of.
No, I think that's definitely the case. Just trying to see. Let's see. Where's mine? I'm gonna find it
So
later.
you said you were doing a workout for homeless. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. I for my internship worked at a halfway house for homeless guys that had addictions. And then the 2 years in healthcare were for pregnant women that had addictions while pregnant to help them get off that and have a healthy baby. So that's what I did before this.
All right.
No.
So I know you haven't been able to go to I assume go to a lot of Comic Cons because everything's shut down a year after you started. Is there much charity work with cosplay at all? Do you ever get families reaching out, hey, our kid's a huge fan of this character that you do, will you show up and see him at the hospital, or anything kind of like that? Or just
So
go to a hospital as a character?
I did that when usually people hire companies for that, or they reach out to companies, because I was a part of a princess party company. So I would dress up mostly as Cinderella, Elsa, and Rapunzel, and I'd go to parties, and I have been like, they've gone to hospitals like that and seen the kids, but I haven't through my cosplay yet. I've done FaceTime videos for children, just like to say, can you just say happy birthday? The one I got was as Princess Peach. They're like, can you say happy birthday? And I have a Princess Peach tennis outfit. So
Very cool.
Cool. I don't want to go off topic here from cosplay, but I'm kind of intrigued with this, the working out for the homeless. This is something you're still doing? You're doing this?
no, that was in Nashville, and I've moved to
Nashville.
Chattanooga. But I started the program because they have to take, I don't know if they're to live in the halfway house, they have to be taking steps, towards like recovery and stuff. So
Sure.
there are programs that a lot of them are like classes that they have to go in, and they get points and they have to have a certain amount of points by the end of the week. So like they made my class something that officially you get points for going to. But it was crazy. I had homeless guys. I brought a ladder from my house. We're like all running through the ladder. We didn't have weights and they weren't like super strong. So we'd be like in the cafeteria room getting the chairs and just doing like shoulder presses with the chairs and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. That's real cool.
It was really fun, and building those relationships were super cool too.
So that was in Nashville. Well, where are you now? You're in Chattanooga now?
Chattanooga, because there's TV and film. The hub is Atlanta. It is the
that's where
Hollywood of the South. So I was in Atlanta yesterday and the day before.
Wow.
One was for an in-person podcast, and then the other one was for a lifestyle promotional for Stillwater Brewing. But I couldn't make the trip from Nashville at all. That's like you lose the hour. It's 4-hour drive. Right. Chattanooga is my hub because I work the most in Nashville, Knoxville, Atlanta, and it's just 2 hours from each place.
Okay, so that makes sense to make that central. Yeah, that's where I'm from. I'm in Atlanta right now. That's where I'm, doing this from. The other fellows are down in Florida, but I'm here in Atlanta. And yeah, just like you said, it has become it's kind of slowed down a little bit with the COVID thing, but it is definitely the Hollywood of the South for sure. And Tyler Perry's complex is just amazing. So I'd be happy to see, when this COVID goes away or we get good control of it, that everybody will get back on track. So, but yeah, that intrigued me with the homeless thing. I think anybody who reaches out and tries to help in that vein gets a lot of respect from me. So.
And what's your goals long term? Do you want to be a multi-hyphenate? Do you want to focus more on the acting? What do you think long term? Or do you like what you're doing now, like with the Twitch and everything that you're doing, like kind of little bit, you have your hand in everything?
I would say I guess like started with acting, then it went to cosplay, evolved into modeling, went to Twitch. That's the lineup. I would still say acting is my primary. I don't like, I can only say like, I'm not trying to be a model full time. I don't like that. Like, it's fun taking pictures and stuff, but the lifestyle you have to live for that, I don't enjoy it. I definitely enjoy acting, cosplaying, and Twitch is like I got my people here in the chat from Twitch. Like, I'm just looking, I'm like, Aaron, awesome. Kiri, Tiny, Steve, like they're all from the stream I just did. It's so supportive.
That's awesome.
And then you also like can make money playing video games. I'm like, I'm still mind blown from this concept that is quickly like going really well. Sorry, I get excited about this. I got recognized on the street as a Twitch streamer yesterday in Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
They're like, hey, oh my gosh, like you're a streamer. Oh, I follow you. You're 0 1 Week. I'm like,
oh my.
And I went on a trip to Idaho recently, and one of the people that worked in a brewery we went to, they're like, oh my gosh, I love your cosplays. And I'm like,
that's awesome.
But yeah, it's between acting, cosplaying, Twitch. I never expected I would be doing any of this 2 years ago. I have goals, but I'm not like, where do you see yourself in? I'm not good at that kind of stuff. But I think I'm kind of just like pivoting because COVID wiped out acting. So I feel like I took a step back. I lost a whole year of acting, but then Twitch and cosplaying just took off. Like you said, I've gained 150,000 followers just during COVID times. And I think a lot of it was because people were hyper sensitive to just being on social media and going on Twitch. So I would be okay with just cosplaying and Twitch streaming. That would be super fun. But for now, I do really enjoy acting as well. And I like sharing it with the people that follow me. Like when that movie came out, my favorite part was being like, hey guys, I was in this. And then everyone posting on their stories or DMing me like, this was Angels in the chat. He was like, this was me when I saw you come on the screen. Oh, I know her. Like, that's my favorite part. It's just the support from it.
Okay. So it seems like you had like positive interactions with quote unquote fans, because some of them are friends, some of them are fans. Like Jeremy, I know this is kind of your question that you wanted to ask. Okay. Have you had any negative interactions with anyone?
I've not had many negative ones, and I haven't even had many weird people. So my theory
Until
is
today.
that
Yeah, until today, right?
my theory is that I don't do lewd cosplays. I don't see anything wrong with them, okay? But it's not me personally. But because that's not what I'm putting out there, I don't get the, oh, hey girl, you so sexy, weird stuff. I get all the time messages that are like, hi, I just want to reach out. Like, me and my wife love your work. She loves your cosplays, and I do too. I get that stuff all the time, and like that's what makes me so happy. And then on Twitch, you can't have a negative interaction because you have moderators. Like Steve and Aaron are in this chat right now. They're moderators, and they're like, nope, you just ban them instantly.
Really?
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
I
That's good
did
to have.
have one person, I think I know who it was, a person, make a bunch of fake accounts and say a lot of mean stuff, but that's a person I know. So
Mike, I think we need a moderator to get rid of Jeremy. What do you think?
Okay, I'll work on that.
All right, thanks, man.
Who is it? Steve? Steve, you want to step up and be the moderator and see if Jeremy deserves staying?
Come on, Steve. Steve, we need you, buddy.
Yeah. So have you been able to go to many Comic Cons at all, or no?
no, I was joking, like I'm a COVID cosplayer. Like I gained popularity during COVID, so I haven't been to a con. I have a virtual one that I'm the guest of on Saturday. So I've been a part of 2 virtual cons now, but I haven't been able to go to a con, which feels weird because I feel like my success is like 2 steps ahead of my knowledge. Because I've never been to a con. My first cons, I'm being invited as a cosplay guest. So I'm like, okay. Comic-Con in Atlanta, a comic book vendor just asked me if I would pose as their main character in the comic book and be there for them. So
cool.
I have a call with them tomorrow. I'm like, this is crazy. I've not been to a con. But that'll change next month. Matrotham Con.
So you said you got a virtual con coming up on this Saturday. Let's put that out there. And how can people get to that?
I'll have the link on my Instagram. It's through Cosplay Alliance. Oh, I'll show you their magazine. They do magazines.
Yeah,
I was on.
Okay, sure, absolutely.
We'll kill time while we're waiting for her. Vinny's twiddling his fingers. That was a funny way to kill time.
Yeah, it was a funny way to kill time.
It's my arcade misfortune, but this is their magazine.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome.
They're like
Wow.
probably one of the most popular cosplay magazines.
That's awesome.
And so it's really cool. They gave me a whole spread in it.
Ah, your
Nice.
Starfire. All right.
Nice.
There's my KDA collie.
Nice.
That's cool. That's a cool magazine.
I had this too. This is a horror novel I'm a cover. That just came out.
Wow. You're everywhere.
It's crazy. It's so fun. That's the modeling I like. Is
Sure.
People reach out to me and be like, I'm doing a horror novel. Someone was doing a romance novel and I'm on the cover of one of those too. And they're like, I'll pay you this amount if you can just give me professional photos. And that's cool because I collab with a lot of photographers. And so I can go back to them and be like, hey, I can pay you for this. Like, do you want to do this shoot?
Yeah,
And so I like get to pay my photographers. I'm like, that's cool because I like how they support me.
that's cool.
Is Fabio on the cover of the romance novel with you? Or?
Fabio.
I'm just sitting by a lake, like.
Okay. Pondering.
That's right.
I did want to ask, because we had talked about Twitch. This is kind of something that's going on just recently. And I wanted to get your take on it. Like when you're on Twitch, there's this whole Myers-Leonard controversy. I don't know if you know who he is. Like he said something he shouldn't have
Is that
on his
PogChamp?
Twitch stream. Huh?
PogChamp?
I don't know. Is that who it is, Jeremy? You know more about basketball than I do.
I do not know.
He's a-
who that guy
basketball.
on there.
Yeah, he's a
He's
Miami Heat
professional
player.
basketball player.
Ooh, I don't
Yeah.
know that one, but PogChamp just got banned from Twitch because after like the raid of the Capitol, he's like made a comment on Twitter and Twitch is like, you're deleted. He's like the most famous guy.
Wow.
Okay. This guy said a derogatory remark about, I think, Jewish people, and he's claiming he didn't know what it was, but he said it during a live stream of Call of Duty. And so, like, do you feel like you have to be careful when you're on there? Like, are you ever worried about like saying the wrong thing? You don't seem like the type of person that would, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know this guy at all either. You know what I mean? But it's a whole different thing when you're you're live streaming this game, you're having fun with friends or other people.
And it's your area, it's your space.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's like your space to say what you want to say. That's always crazy. Like even when PogChamp, he tweeted something that wasn't even like that offensive. It was just like a slight remark on it. And Twitch sees that and gets rid of him. Like the girl in The Mandalorian, she made comments and now she's off the show. And I'm like, wow, I liked her. That is crazy. I will say I like don't really filter myself much. I just don't really, I like barely even curse really. So but it is, yeah, I would say
vocabulary anyway.
Yeah, I would say yes, it's worrisome, but I'm also I'm like an open book type person, but I guess I'm like, I don't think I'm that offensive.
No, I don't think you have an offensive bone in your body, to be honest.
Yeah, Steve just said Mika hardly curses at all. She won't offend anyone.
Yeah. I don't think you have anything. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Speaking of the girl from Mandalorian, is that a cosplay you would have done before her controversy?
Ooh, I'd still do it. I'd have to bulk up a bit. Like that girl was.
Yeah, Gina Carrera.
Big,
yeah, right.
Which I loved. I loved that. I'm okay with like, like Laura Croft, but she's so thin. It's like, I get it. And it's a show and you can still be strong. But I was just like, I just miss seeing just like a brute force woman character. So I liked it.
All right. Jeremy, you watched the episode, right? About the In Pursuit?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
We saw your IMDb for In Pursuit with John Walsh. So I watched the episode. I was curious, is that something where they would reach out if there was something in the, like, are you a part of that where they would update you if they actually found something out about the case? Or is it just, you did some shooting and you never hear from them again type thing?
Yeah, it's hard to even get a copy of what you're in.
Okay.
Because people are just, the industry's just like, you can get a call back. You can send in your audition tape. They say, we really like you. You're one of 3 here. They do a Skype interview with you. And then you don't even hear back if you don't get it. Like, it's so fast moving. But that when they would announce it on the show, that was the cool part of that, is that they said, because of In Pursuit with John Walsh, they've caught a lot of people.
Yeah.
That they've already had like 3 people they've caught from it. But that one didn't show me a ton, but I did another one where I was the killer. It's not out yet, but it's the same kind of channel, true crime. It's Vengeance Killer Lovers. And I am the killer. And I actually like stab people.
Wow.
Well, were you excited about that? Or?
That's pretty offensive. That's offensive, Michaela.
See, you want to be excited, but the whole time when it's true crime, it messes with your head. It messed with my head. I'm like, this story's so crazy. Haha, this is real. Be faking this. That actually happened.
This actually happened, sure.
The girl that I was playing, had a husband and they killed her wife. You gotta let that sink in. What? She had a husband and she had a wife, and the husband and her killed the wife.
Wow.
Something to think about. It blew your mind,
right?
Obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
It was so weird because they seemed in love. Like I had the fake conversations with my wife, and it seemed like they were in love.
Things were going along well, and then all of a sudden, I got to kill somebody.
Yeah, I don't know why she snapped like that. I'm like, oh, what?
Wow.
And then the other girl, she was an escort, and her legs were decapitated. The one you watched, Jeremy, and I'm like,
yes,
decapitated. Sorry, we're dismembered, cut off. Amputated wood.
No.
What am I thinking?
She's right.
It's all right. So do you have, what character do you want to do in the future? Do you have any like that is like your dream ultimate thing that you want to do?
I want to be a crazy person. I want to be a Harley Quinn character. And then I also want to be like Rey from Star Wars, like, or this is really shooting far, but like Aragorn, he's like the underdog. You don't think he's ever going to be a main part of the story. And then the last episode, he's the guy. Kind of like, I don't know. I like that.
Nice. All right.
But yeah, I might have an opportunity for the crazy person because we already shot a proof of concept and it's actually here in Chattanooga. And my character was disguised as a jogger, but she's actually like a special agent and she's crazy. And so if that gets funding, we'll have a full feature film and I'll get to be that character.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool.
I've never been to Tennessee. Is there, I know we touched on it a little bit. Are there a lot of like filmmakers or TV shows that are shot there? Or is it more you have to go like to Atlanta, like you said? I know you said there was that hub, you know, Chattanooga and Knoxville and whatnot, but.
So Nashville's commercial. I think like all 7 I think 6 of the 7 music videos I've done are Nashville because it's so music heavy. There's commercial shot there, modeling stuff there. Knoxville, everything true crime is shot in Knoxville. And there's a ton of businesses. So that's also commercial work. And then Atlanta is TV and film.
Okay, cool. Without I couldn't go all over the board. I apologize. Without naming any names unless you wanted to. Do you ever had any bad experiences when you were acting? Like, has any like famous star or musician or something came up to you and said something maybe inappropriate or done something wrong or I don't know, anything like that?
That stuff like always happens. So I'm just saying, like, I mean, I can't even go for a jog without someone catcalling or honking at me. I will say just the weirdest things are when you're acting like you're in a relationship and that person's using that, like acting, it's not supposed to be real. Like I can't explain it because I didn't understand it before I started actually becoming an actress. And I had a moment where I was like, I'm an actress now, because before I was just kind of doing things, but you actually switch modes to that character. And I even talk about that character. Like when I was in Archaon, I was Kate. And I was like, man, I love Kate's relationship with Jackson. Like that is how it was compartmentalized in my mind. Like I love Kate and Jackson, but I don't like the actor, you know, like what? Like Kate and him worked out really well together. It's so weird when they use the fact your characters are together to make advances on you. And that's happened. It's so weird where it's like they ask me out after and I'm like, what? Or like when they do cut, their arms kind of still around you and you're like, no. This is weird.
Well, that's good that you can turn it on and off like that, you know. And of course, these guys are taking advantage of the situation.
Oh, it's so weird. I can't explain how weird it feels.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of creepy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but there was one where in Archaon, I have to kiss the main character, and my best friend in that movie was his actual real life girlfriend. So I was kissing him on cue in front of his girlfriend every time. And I'm like, this is weird. It's weird. Gosh, this felt weird.
Yeah. Well,
you're actors. That's what you get paid for.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're fine with it. But I'm like,
and maybe the girlfriend liked it. Who knows?
Because that character, that was 4 months into acting for me. So I didn't really feel like, you know, really there. I'm like, how can they do this? I get it now, but I'm like,
right.
Still, it was still funny.
Yeah. Sure.
Have you always been in a relationship when you are doing the acting? The reason I ask is because, and the guys know, I always talk about Howard Stern and whatnot. I listen to him all the time, but like he always talks about when he was making his movie, and he's heard from other actors, like when you are filming it, he thinks it's inevitable that you do become like infatuated with it. But like you said already, that if you don't need to have that, the character is one thing, you as an actor or actress is separate. So, I mean, have you ever had like that? Has that ever happened to you? Like where, like I said, you've been in a relationship the whole time, or it hasn't been single? I don't know.
Like,
I know you're in a relationship right now.
Have I been dating someone while I'm acting, or like have I like kind of felt something for the person I'm acting with?
I'd say that, like the infatuation thing, or even more. Maybe it became real because of the characters you were playing. You know what I mean?
I think that could definitely be possible. But I will say, from someone that has acted some to someone who hasn't, there's cameras everywhere, all around you. When you see a movie, it feels so much like they're in that moment alone. It's a romantic moment, but you like you can't underestimate. Cut again. Stop. That wasn't right. Put your hand more to the left. Okay, camera rolling there, and they're all cool. Now we have to do it again. Switch the angle. It's not like romantic, but I can see how people would start liking each other. I haven't personally had that.
Okay.
But I like it when celebrities date that are like also dating in the show, because I'm like, oh, they're actually together.
Well, ultimately, it's just another job. I mean, if you're in the acting field, that's the way you have to look at it. Some people would look at it as unprofessional if you tried to make advances like that. So
it depends too if it's like a TV series that has 4 seasons. Like, yeah, maybe. But if it's like a movie,
right,
probably not.
Right. If you're just in and out, and chances are that's not going to happen. But I could probably see that happening on a series. But it's a job, just like anything else. You got to try to be as professional as you can, and you seem to be doing it very well. Separating the two, and that's good while you're young. So that's usually when people try to take advantage. When you're that young in that industry, they seem to think it's going to be a lot easier than.
Yeah. I've had people that are like, hey, since we're like playing romantic partners in this, do you want to like get a drink so like our on-screen chemistry looks better? And I'm like, not really.
Let's
and
practice.
Also that was for a college film. Like, buddy, this is a student film. I'm not that hardcore. Maybe if we're like in Warner Brothers, okay, I'll get a drink, we can build chemistry, but like a student film.
Yeah.
We're just trying.
Yeah.
Do you have any particular like acting influences or anyone that you like aspire to be like, or that influenced you?
This is nothing like me, but I really like Sylvester Stallone. Sorry, like I love Rambo. I've always loved it. And I just like, he's so tough and cool. Like I love that. But I also do really like Scarlett Johansson too. And the versatility of the role she plays.
Sure.
I saw her in a movie. I can't remember the name, but it was like Kylo Ren was in it too. I don't know actors' names well.
That was Marriage Story.
It was about their divorce, and like the fact she could just on cue cry all the time. I'm like, this is actually breaking my heart to watch. The fact that emotion can be evoked from me makes me want to aspire towards that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you are.
That was a Marriage Story, I think you're talking about. I like how you called him Kylo Ren. Poor Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, yeah. I'm so bad at, like, if I was in celebrity trivia, I would lose.
That's okay. So these are kind of some of the more, other cosplays. Vinny picked this one. There's Scarlett right there, but
yeah, right.
Shiga, we already looked at the Samus Aran. See, I'm a big Metroid fan, from before you were born. I mean, I played the original one. So the Zero Suit from that's from the other M, I think. Do you ever play those? Or
the Metroid games?
Michaela? Yeah.
I don't usually. Steve streams it though, so I watch him play it.
Okay.
I used my 3 years of martial arts experience to get the full feel of Samus Aran.
Awesome.
I was gonna ask, like, how difficult is it to hold that pose, or was that just a kick and hope you get it kind of thing?
I held that for a bit. It was like a kick, hold for a bit, go back down. Kick, hold for a bit, go back down. I have one where I'm kicking and it's above my head, but I didn't post it because the face I make is just so like cringy, but the kick is beautiful. I corrected it all when I did Chun-Li. I got the high kicks in and I perfected the face, but there's definitely a fail Samus one out there. Those heels were huge though.
They were. I'm impressed that you could even walk in them. I'm
tall. So me and heels, I think that might have been like the first pair of heels I wore. I started wearing heels like a year and a half ago. I think they were like 5 inches. So I was a giant. Just fun story. I wore Samus. It's hard to pick for Halloween for me, but I did pick Samus. I went to like a get together. This was before COVID. And they had beer pong. I ran the table. I had 8 wins, and I was like, I'm bored.
Sweet.
And I left. The height was OP. I was so tall. I was just something about like the aerial. It just got me getting them. Like, it was the heels I was so tall, it worked. So
By the way, Aaron says you need to do a Stallone accent. He
I
wants,
can't.
he wants you to do a Stallone impression.
Can they call in? I think I saw someone saying they would,
I'll
but
I'll put the number
they
again.
said they don't know how to.
All you gotta do is dial the number, and I should be able to answer it on Google Voice theoretically.
6'2" Mika, yeah. Me at 6'2" playing beer pong, like, yeah.
That's something that needs to be on video.
Yeah. Oh, that is where that, and I wore Arcade Misfortune out to a bar. That is where I made the rule. I don't wear the costume out until the cosplay's done. Because I lost some stars on the Misfortune outfit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I accidentally cracked part of the back on Samus.
I was going to ask, is it because it got dirty, or is it because people were saying things, or what was the reason you don't go out in it? But obviously it's because you lost pieces of it.
Yeah. Just I can wear them after I do the shoot, and it's marked in history.
Yeah, I bet you didn't pay for any drinks though.
Yeah. Well, it was like the only cool bar in Chattanooga, like, because Chattanooga is not like Nashville. I'd go down Broadway, always in Nashville, and now that I'm here, it's a gay bar, so those are fun because I don't get messed with. But I did get someone asking for my number, and I'm like, how is this happening? And he didn't know League. He didn't know League.
No.
All I was talking to him about was like, I was like, oh my gosh, you like my costume? Then I like nerded out on League and Misfortune, and he would tell the guys just like, I just thought it was hot, but it doesn't matter. He got the spiel, and then he got a fake number, and that's the story.
The old fake number, I like that.
Do you have a set fake number you use, or just came up with one on the top of your head?
No, that was a rare thing. I don't like any form of deception, so I usually don't. I would actually, my friend and I went down to my best friend, and I would go downtown a lot. We'd have fake names. Hers was Rose. Mine was Diana. Hers was Rose Davenport. Mine was Diana Valkyrie, because of the League of Legends character Diana and the Valkyrie skin. I thought they went good together. So we actually just made Snapchats for those characters. So it was actually our Snapchat. It wasn't deceptive. Sometimes we'd reply, but it's not like we're on it. So mine was Diana Carries You on Snapchat. And people would be like, Diana's such a beautiful name. Is that like Princess Diana? And I'd be like, no, it's like the mid-lane assassin in League of Legends. They'd be like, what? So usually it was Snapchat.
We got a caller, so you want to see who it is?
Yeah, let's see who it is.
Caller, let's see if this works. You're on the air. You're our first ever caller on The Usual Saints.
Yo, what is up?
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Steve. I'm Michaela's moderator.
Oh, hey, Steve.
You can say Mika. That's fine. We know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you got any interesting Michaela stories as her moderator? What's going on?
Come on, Steve, spill it, man.
We were chatting. I knew her. She followed me on Instagram like way back when apparently I was one of her first follows. And I was just like, I had just gone down to Atlanta to MomoCon because there was like a whole bunch of voice actors from Steven Universe, and I posted a whole bunch of pictures. And one of the cosplayers I met was like getting into League of Legends KDA cosplays. And I had a picture with her and her girlfriend, fiance. And so I had posted that on Instagram, and then that was like Mika followed me not long after that. So we followed each other on Instagram for I want to say over a year before I looked at her Patreon and was curious. And then when she started streaming, I became moderator. So we've had on occasion, we've had someone come in stream where I have to be like, hey, verbal warning, or a couple where I've just outright had to just ban them.
Or when I threaten them.
There was one really funny one where she was playing a game of League of Legends, and someone on her team was saying really rude things to her in the game chat. And so she said, come say it to my face on Twitch, and drops her stream link. And this guy actually has the nerve to come into the stream and say something to her. And I don't even remember what the comment was, but I'm just like, banned. And I just immediately and my only regret was I did not get to just completely rip this guy verbally beforehand. But I'm like, no, not my stream. If it was my stream, it might have been different. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be the good mod. I'm going to ban this guy. And I remember Mika saying, enjoy your ban to this guy, like not just from her stream, but also from League of Legends, because she reported it. And then
the next
like,
game
a
I
few
got
days
out
later,
of.
when she logged into League of Legends, I remember seeing a thing that she got I think it was on stream. And it was a notification that they had looked into his account and banned him for being toxic.
Nice.
And I was like, oh, that's like the double whammy. That feels so good.
Nice.
Like
Nicely played.
It was so cool to be a part of that. But like, I think just in general, like, I love the way that the community has come together, like on Twitch, like with her community especially. I love, like, you know, people were saying this in chat earlier, like everyone's super supportive, and it's really cool to see everyone, you know, like it's not just everyone talking to Mika alone. Like, obviously we all do talk to her while she's on stream, like that's normal, but we also talk to each other, we welcome each other in, we say hello, we ask how everyone's doing, you know, like it feels very inclusive, like it, and especially with COVID, having been like, we're on a year of COVID now, and actually as of today, and like as far as the lockdown, and so it's incredible, like to be able to, after so long, to be able to have, you know, a group community social interaction on the regular like that. And I think that helps everybody, because like we haven't been able to do that in a year. Like, right. And for me, like modding for Mika on, you know, on Twitch mainly, but also like I mod on her Discord server too, but like that's just basically a link for Twitch. And so it's, you know, not only getting to have that social interaction for someone like me who is such an extrovert, but also just because it was something I was so sorely missing, and to be able to help a streamer, to help a friend, you know, because I consider Mika a friend before anything else, and to be able to help my friend grow her Twitch stream and also be supportive and be like, you know, and moderate it, you know, and make sure that there's no creepers or anyone, you know, saying anything or doing anything in chat that's inappropriate, and promoting this community has just like, it feels so rewarding. And Mika, I know you can hear me. You know, like you've made this incredible for me, and just, you know, it's you know, from a friendship standpoint, from a community standpoint, from, you know, and it helped me rediscover my love of streaming too, which, you know, it's really just, it's been a saving grace in a very trying time. And this is something that, you know, is really, it's been one of the best things I've gotten to be a part of. It's incredible. And that, you know, I owe a special thanks not only to Mika there, but to everybody that is involved in this community, to everyone who has taken part. Like, and I love, you know, just that I've made friends also, you know, like I said, like I've become what I would say more than just acquaintances, but friends with some of the other people in the community as well. Like Kiri Bloodrose mentioned that in the chat a little bit ago. Like Kiri and I bonded over some similarities, some things we have in common, and we've become friends. And Aaron is, you know, a member of our he's one of our mods now too, and he's, you know, again, super cool. Tiny Cubinator's in the chat. I know he and I are in real life friends. You know, we're local with one another, and you know, and I've seen, like, he's one example. I've seen some people that are friends of mine and that maybe watch my stream that have now started to watch Mika. And so I feel like I've also tried to help grow her stream, although I can't take the credit for that. I mean, this is her job. This is her thing. I'm just doing what, you know, what I can to help. And like I said, it feels very rewarding. She tells me stories all the time though, about things like the being recognized on the streets of Atlanta as 01 Mika. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. And it's fun to be able to have a friend too, or friends, you know, like that, where I can just, you know, we can just tell each other random stories about random things that happen, and it's just so cool.
All right,
so it's
Steve.
been a lot of fun.
No, that's good. That's like, I mean, that was that's great to hear, because I don't know if I said this before. I know zero about Twitch. I went on for the first time a few weeks ago after we had our first cosplay guest, Liz, Leaping Lizard cosplay, and I learned a little bit about the community, and how you get different things to be able to participate. She called her, I think, lizard licks or something like that. I don't know what you guys have or whatnot, but that's how Twitch works. I'm still learning it. But it's good to have an inclusive community, like you said. So I appreciate you calling in. Let's let someone else call in, but I appreciate it, Steve. And thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, bye. All right, let's see if anyone else calls in. But yeah, that was good. He seems like a pretty good guy.
That's cool.
Yeah, and a lot of us will get to meet next month at the con, at Metrotham Con.
No, that's cool.
Are you planning on going to Dragon Con in Atlanta in September if it happens?
If it happens.
Well,
Dragon Con like seems so overwhelming.
I know.
I'm like, I'm extroverted, but I am mainly an introvert. So I'm like, that sounds so overwhelming.
Yeah, that's a big one, man. Atlanta almost shuts down when that thing comes to town.
Yeah.
Mike, can't hear you, man.
Yeah, what's Mike doing?
Sorry, I turned it on. I turned it off.
Mike,
We have another call. You got me now?
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, it's crazy because
Yay.
it's crazy. Yeah, I know. It's crazy because in Atlanta. You son of a bitch. I just feel so bad because Michaela messaged me before and said, hey, is it going to be live? And I'm like, yeah, when my asshole co-host shows up. And then now I realize that she doesn't curse and everything like that.
Yeah.
I don't not curse. It happens. And I'm not against it, but
Okay, just making
it's
sure.
not a common thing.
All right. Well, let's take this other caller. Let's see who this is. Hang on. Hey, caller, you're on the Usual Saints. What's your name?
Got nothing.
Share your screen, Mike.
Anticipation.
Oh, wait, hang on a second, Aaron. Sorry, I'm new to this. I got to flip the switch, and there I got the switch. Now we have Aaron on the line.
Yeah.
Hey, the switch.
This
How's
whole
it going,
Zoom thing is kind of new in regards to how to get calls. I just figured that out today. I'm not sure if you can hear them when they talk to you unless you guys are in the YouTube feed. So you might not hear the other three. You might just hear me. So if you just want to ask a question or tell a story or a comment or something, we can react to that. Or if you can hear them, great. I'm just not sure you can. Michaela, say something. See if Aaron can hear you.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear that, Aaron?
Yeah, I can only hear you, Mike.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm so sorry for you.
Okay.
All right, go ahead,
watch
Aaron.
it
What
later.
you got a story? You got a question? What you got?
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously Steve was loaded with stories and history because he's the main guy. So I found Mika on Instagram. So it was like mid last year or something, and my buddy and I were huge fans of the anime Fairy Tale. I don't know if you guys have watched it.
No, but my daughter's really into it.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So you know of it.
Lucy.
So you know, like the main character, Lucy Heartfilia, and so my buddy sent me one of Mika's Instagram stories one day, and he was like, "Oh, dude, check this out. It's like real life Lucy, basically." and it was like this Instagram game that you play where they ask you questions. And then you answer them, and then after you answer it, it reveals the real answer. And I think it was, I'm trying to remember what the word was, but it was like asking what the definition of, I think it's pruritus. I think that's what it's called. And then Mika guessed something, and then it revealed the answer, which was itching. And she goes, "Itching?" And it was so entertaining. We loved it so much because it sounded like the way she said it sounded like something Lucy would say. Yeah, I just loved it. So I followed her, and of course I always loved the cosplay and seeing her work on Instagram. And then last fall she advertised that she had a Twitch stream, and throughout 2020 I hadn't really been into Twitch at all either, but 2020 being inside all the time kind of prompted me to do that. So I followed her on Twitch, and And yeah, it was great. You know, I wasn't too familiar with League of Legends, but I'm learning little by little after watching Mika stream. But it's just fun. Like Steve was saying, it's such a supportive community, and it's a stream you go to when you want to just like chill and have a good time. And after like following Steve and other people who are in the stream who also stream on Twitch, you'll see some of the same people, and you know, so it's very much like a mutual support type thing, and I just think that's awesome. So in a year where everything was upside down and people were trying to figure out, you know, what they enjoy and what they want to do at home, I just really appreciate that we could all be nerds together. So
awesome. Good story, Aaron. Thanks for calling in, and thanks for being Michaela's moderator.
Yeah,
that was
of
today.
course.
He got
Thank you
dubbed
guys
mod
for,
today.
the interview. Been enjoying it.
She said you got to mod today, and she
Yeah, he
made
got dubbed as a moderator today.
Oh, just today, first day. All right.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
fresh meat. I'm a
Fresh meat.
man. Yeah. Thank you,
All
Michaela.
right. Thanks, Aaron.
All right.
Oh, that was fun.
These are such nice calls. I didn't expect.
Yeah.
What are you
cool,
expecting? Like some heavy breathing and
No, I thought they'd be like asking like random questions, but these are just appreciation calls.
I
This is so nice.
I think a heavy breather might be a nice break. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's see if we can get a heavy breather on the line.
Hold on, I gotta leave for a second.
Yeah, I just gotta go to the restroom real quick.
Yeah. Ring, ring.
You're crazy. Did you ever do you still go to that same dermatologist that got you into acting?
No, we're friends. Yeah,
Okay.
we're so friends. Well, I don't like go to her for dermatology, but she's an esthetician. I just didn't know if I could properly pronounce that when I was telling the story. But oh yeah, we're totally friends. Like we hang out. She has 4 children who are also into acting and stuff. And they're in a band. I've gone to like hang out with her to watch her kids play in a band.
Was she shocked at how fast things went for you? Like when
Okay.
Yeah,
she's so proud. Oh, she like, okay, so my best friend Rachel, they're back in Nashville, and she started going to see her for things too. And when my first movie came out, that Archaon one, they sent me a video of them watching it together. I was like, oh, it's so supportive.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, let's see. Anyone else, if you guys want to call in, 240-724-6877. We have Michaela Lee here. She has her Patreon, her Twitch, her Instagram, her Facebook, her Twitter. You're all over the place. I mean, I think I promoted it everywhere except for Twitch and everything like that, because again, I'm a noob. So
people are like, start a TikTok. I'm like, and they're like, why don't you do YouTube? I'm like, I can't manage these things.
There's a lot
TikTok
of them out
also
there.
makes me cringe a bit.
I know even less about Twitch than Mike. So do you pick what games you want to play? Do people ask you to play certain games? How does it work?
You pick what you want to play. I'm on OBS, but like there's different streaming aspects, and you can play Xbox games, PlayStation, but I do PC. And then I have like my web camera up here. It shows like I have a little box in the corner where you can see my face, and the game is projected on the rest of it. And then there's a comment section where people can comment along, and they can, once you're affiliate, they can subscribe to your channel, which you pay like a small amount monthly to be subscribed. And then you can also cheers bits. It sounds weird explaining it, but
no, the bits are like the
fun.
thing that's the currency or whatnot, right?
Bits are like the currency on Twitch. Yeah, you're like, wow, that was a great play. 100 bits. You're cool. 100 bits.
Give me some bits. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm into the bits.
And did you say do you have, I missed it because I was on the chat too. Are you like in a sponsor or anything, or how does that work? Is that something you want? Do you want, hey, someone sponsor me? If anyone watching,
Yeah, Twitch is so new to me.
Right.
That, I've been doing an affiliate since December, but I have some sponsorships. I mean, it's currently being sent like 5 gaming shirts, and it's like, while you're on the stream, I actually have blue light glasses.
Oh yeah, that's what we put up before, I think.
We saw those on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Do they
Yeah.
work for
Saw
you?
it on Instagram.
I love them. So I don't take a lot of sponsorships, advertisements. If you look at my Instagram, there's not a ton, because I don't want to be like an influencer person. That stuff's okay, but it's kind of cringy to me because it's got to fit your brand, or it just looks like you're just out there like,
Right.
what are you doing?
There you go.
This is, I want it to be genuine, authentic. So blue light glasses work for me so well that I remember over Thanksgiving going home, my parents being like, what are some of your goals? And I was like, I want a blue light sponsorship because I so believe in the product. I just want a brand that wants to sponsor me.
Sure.
And so then this brand, Taparo, they reached out to me, and I learned that the owner plays League of Legends, and we actually duo together on League. So there's your authenticity. Like, they're good
Awesome.
glasses. It's something I believe in, and the owner is a gamer himself.
And what inspired the Wolf of Wall Street cosplay?
Oh, that was a tier on Patreon. Someone picked it.
Nice.
Which I love because it's stuff I would pick. Like, I wouldn't have picked Naomi Wolf of Wall Street, but it's such a popular cosplay of mine.
Yeah, I mean, I've honestly, I follow some cosplayers. I don't think I've ever seen anyone cosplay as her before. So it was very different and interesting to see it pop up. And when Vinny sent it to me, I was like, oh wait, that's Margot Robbie. You know what I mean? So, that's cool. All right.
I know what I'm doing, man. I know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. And I mean, I saw you have several different Starfires. You got that. I think you got the casual.
Mhm.
Is that something that was suggested to you? Is that a favorite of character of yours? Do you love that cosplay now? How does that work?
I like it. That was one of mine where I was like, I want to challenge myself because she has orange skin,
Right.
And so I dyed my body orange and I did the cosplay, and it was a challenge, but it was really fun.
Okay, cool.
That
Oh,
one
this
was in Rome, Georgia.
This is the one I wanted to talk about before when you were talking about you hope the character can come across. You got your Tinkerbell and then the pouty Tinkerbell. I'm a big fan of the pouty Tinkerbell. It's just, I remember it, from the movie, of course. So
Tinkerbell's like so cute too. I think that outfit might have been sponsored, but I requested it. Like Chun-Li was sponsored, but they don't say, hey, we want you to be Chun-Li. And I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, hey, here's our shop. Pick out 2 to 3 cosplays you want. And so I do pick them. And I saw Chun-Li and I was like, Chun-Li.
I don't have the kicking. I don't have you kicking, but I have the Chun-Li. I like the framing of this one, so I picked that one. But let's see. Oh, and the Snow White. What's the diamond tier? What's up with the Patreons? What do the different tiers offer people who subscribe?
The first one is, so it goes by League of Legends ranks.
Right. Okay.
So Iron is the lowest rank you can have, and then Challenger or Master. Challenger is the top rank. That's like the professionals rank. But I have a tier for each one. It's 5 is like casual cosplay. So I would call Snow White a casual cosplay. Like, I shoot them myself. And so you get the whole photo shoot. Because Instagram, I post probably 3 pictures from each photo shoot. And there's like 30 pictures. So Patreon gets all of those. They get to see my works in progress. So like, they've already seen selfies of my 2B, behind the scenes of it. That's the first tier also. The second tier is full professional photo shoots. So like all the Samus ones that were professionally shot, you get that. The next tier is gold, and you get a print monthly. And I write a personal note too, which those are always fun because I do like spend time on those as well. Because on my website, it's like you can get any print you want from the website. And then I also offer like exclusive ones that aren't out yet. The next tier, I think it's like a mouse pad, because it's like, this is for your gaming, and you can have your favorite cosplay on there. And you can also pick whatever print you want. I don't even have a print of that Snow White, but if you're on that tier, you can be like, I want a Snow White print, I'll make it. Right. And the next one is pick a casual cosplay for me. And then the next tier up is like the biggest tier, and it's pick the cosplay you want me to do. I'll get a photographer and we'll shoot it professionally. And then you get the print of it.
Nice. And are those limited to a certain amount of people per tier? I know some Patreons do that. Okay, gotcha.
The casual one's just for 2 right now. And then the professional one, I think it's limited to 3. because there are some months where I'm like, I don't think I need a limit. You know, there's not a lot of people on it. And then you just get a surplus and you're like, oh, wait, I'm supposed to have this done by the end of the month. Nope. Limit.
It's a little overwhelming.
Especially if they're hard. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up the Mary Jane thing because I think it's funny that, so obviously this is based on, I don't know if Vinny and Jeremy know, this is based on this photo. They say, I've always heard that this photo is very anatomically incorrect because of the way her leg is positioned. It's impossible to have it to sit like that. I don't know. I've never tried.
That makes sense because I did try it and I'm like, this doesn't look like the picture. Good to know that wasn't just me.
No,
Wow.
it was, you know, it's a comic book artist thing. It's like Rob Liefeld back in the 90s, you know, the Deadpool artist and whatnot, the creator, he drew him exceptionally in one way. I don't know if this is J. Scott Campbell. It looks like one of his drawings, but I'm not sure. But I mean, the positioning of the legs, I just thought it was funny. And so when I was going across your Instagram and I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to bring that up and see if you had known anything
Yeah,
about
I couldn't do it. That's why I just went to the side. And J. Scott Campbell, I think I'm on like a website. I'm on some J. Scott Campbell website for this cosplay. Because
Okay.
sometimes I just Google my name just to see if I'm on random things. And I was on one for that cosplay. I'm on someone's page for the top 10 Starfire cosplays ever and top 10 Black Widow cosplays ever. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like someone just wrote this and I didn't know it.
All right. Well, Michaela, we wanted to wrap it up unless we have any other callers. Let's see. I want you to make sure you get across whatever you want to promote, because I know you have a ton of stuff. So what would you like people to come visit you at? How would you like them to follow you? I have it all on my social medias at the usual Saints. But what do you want to get across to people? What do you want them to do?
Just go to Instagram because I have a link tree that links everything.
A link tree?
Yeah.
Or
Mhm.
yeah. And you got your website, but I've never been there.
Yeah. Yeah. The website has prints and then I recently have merch.
Okay.
So like here's a
Nice.
Mika cosplay hat
Nice.
and one of my emotes wears it too. So it's kind of seen a lot on stream and I wear it a lot.
Cool.
All right. Well,
Nice swag.
we want to get our swag, but we haven't made any yet. Vinny's an artist. Well, you know, I don't know if you want me to put it like that, but you know, you do some good art.
I do art. Yes, I am an artist. You can call me an artist. That's fine.
I do art, yes.
Well, I didn't want you know if you wanted me to say that, like, oh, and making a big deal out of it. I think your paintings are awesome, dude.
Yeah, they are
but-
awesome. Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you have the confidence.
Hey, if it feels right, you know, that's what art is all about, man. You do it because you love it. So
Yeah, which, you know, we just restarted this after, just so you have a little background, we restarted this after, this is going to age us. Me and Vinny did this 14 years ago. Jeremy joined us. We did a first season, but it kind of, we did it on Stick'em. That was back in the day, a long time ago. So we wanted to start a second season now that everyone can do Zoom and everything, and we live in different places and we're doing it. And so we got a few good interviews. Now we have you to add to the list of good interviews. So I'm very happy that you came and joined us today, Michaela. I hope it was fun for you and not too painful.
No, not painful at all. It's super fun. Hopefully it wasn't painful for you guys.
not at
Oh,
all.
no.
Enjoy it very much. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if you ever have anything in particular you want to promote, or if you ever want to just jump back in and chat with us, I know you obviously are very busy with your social media life, but you know, we record every now and then. Just let me know and we'll work around you and we'll let you jump in. Even if you want to jump in for our boring topics segments that, you know, I don't know if anyone in the chat was listening, but we talk about anything and everything. That's kind of our thing. Just four friends shooting the shit kind of thing. So.
Okay. So not
But-
just nerd talk, but anything.
No, not just nerd talk.
talk.
We were talking about before the break. Jeremy's an anti-vaxxer. He's denying it, but that's fine.
Are you an anti-masker as well?
I'm not an anti-vaxxer or anti-masker. Mike's just an idiot.
Rumors.
That's fine.
You're
That's
cut
okay.
off from Twitch. That you've been
That's right.
deleted. You're an
Thanks.
anti-vaxxer.
I told you we needed a moderator. I told you.
Look, I made Jeremy red. See, best friends for 24
that-
years or so.
That would be the sunburn from playing golf today.
Oh,
but
okay.
thanks.
All right,
What a rough
Michaela.
life.
Well, I appreciate you
Dickhead.
coming on.
Thank you,
And
Michaela.
we're just going to take a quick break. You're listening to The Usual Saints.